It should not be thought that Christians started fabricating stories about Jesus only after the New Testament was completed. In fact, there can be little doubt that some accounts were manufactured in the early years of the Christian movement. Some of these fabrications made their way into the New Testament. With regard to the stories of Jesus' birth, fabricated accounts are already there in the familiar versions of Matthew and Luke. There never was a census under Caesar Augustus that compelled Joseph and Mary to go to Bethlehem just before Jesus was born. There never was a star that mysteriously guided wise men from the east to Jesus. Herod the Great never did slaughter all the baby boys in Bethlehem. Jesus and his family never did spend several years in Egypt. These may sound like bold and provocative statements, but scholars have known the reasons and evidence behind them for many years. My guess is that most of the people who told these stories genuinely believed they happened. Even so, we should not say that these storytellers were not involved in deception. They may not have meant to deceive others, or they may have, but they certainly did deceive others. In fact, they deceived others spectacularly well. For many, many centuries it was simply assumed that the narratives about Jesus and the apostles, narratives both within and outside the New Testament, described events that actually happened. Most readers still read the canonical accounts that way. But many of these stories are not historical narratives. They are instead fabricated accounts.